Beast Man has a surprise for you. Guess what's in the box? It's a review.
All right, we have the Kenner Power of the Force Wampa. Let's check this guy out and see what he is all about. So this guy comes in right about 5.5. I'm a Motu guy, so this guy is real close to the size of most of the Motu action figures, which tells me something right away too. Like a 6-inch, 3.75, he's okay scale, but I think his scale is pretty small. You couldn't use him with any of the new 6-inch figures because he's just a little guy. Forgive all the ink on my fingers. I was making monsters. This is I really like this swiping action. This is the Power of the Force Wampa. I wish the horns were separate. This is not the worst Wampa ever. All right. I think he's probably close. I like his pose. I hate that he has zero movement under the legs, like nothing. This doesn't really count as articulation because it won't hold a pose. All it will do is give you that swinging claw, which is cool. Like, I like stuff getting whacked by the claws. And you can do that to you really can't do it to either fist. Okay, I just learned he's a little worse than I thought. But that's okay. It's okay, little guy. All right, so let's look at some others. The first Wampa, my childhood Wampa love, was, of course, the original. And that's him. I call him the sad jack-o'-lantern Wampa. Yep, sad jack-o'-lantern Wampa. But here's what I like. He has individual horns. They're movable. He has individual horns, all right? He also has a swiping arm sometimes. He's old. Remember, he's older. But he has actually more articulation points than this guy. This guy has 3. 90s, 3 points of articulation. 70s, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're counting the horns, let's say 5. But this does not look superior. This is better sculpting. I wish the horns were separate. Better sculpting on this guy. And look at this face. Look at. He's not the worst. All right, so let's look at some other Wampas too. We have this Wampa. This Wampa also has moving legs. He has moving arms. He is the first one that I know of that has the removable arm. That's pretty cool. And I'll put on the screen what exactly he's from. But I like that he has a removable arm. I also really like that he's got this rubbery... He's got like torso movement. This is Ab Crunch Wampa. He doesn't have the swipe, but you know, he has good motion. His horns are technically separate, but they're real close to the face. So, and he looks... He reminds me of the Shaggy DA, which was a Disney dog who solved crimes. Yeah. He has a few more points than this guy, but honestly, they're very similar. They are very similar. Bigger hand on him. I like that better. I like the big Wampa hands. This is a Black Series Wampa, which is way too small. This should be twice this size. But he does have a better head sculpt. The horns are more separate, just a little bit. They're separate pieces. He has head motion. He has arm motion at the elbow. He has arm rotation. He doesn't have ball sockets, all right, on his shoulders. This one does. This one has the removable arm, so Luke can cut his arm off. But that really limits this posing. He has knees. This is the first Wampa with knees. All right, so he's got knee movement. He has leg movement. He doesn't have a rotational waist. He does not rotate at the waist, so all of his Wampa power has to come from ankles and hips. Feet of the first Wampa, really elephant-like feet. And then the weight, too. This is the lightest toy. These guys are beefier. So, power of the force Wampa. That's what this video is all about. Is he the worst Wampa ever? He's not. He's a 90s Wampa. He's better than the 70s Wampa. But he certainly does lack in mostly articulation. I don't think the look of him is terrible. This one has some blood. These two both have blood. I like this one's face a little better. This one has painted eyes, but Wampas just look so sad. And this one, this is like Sloth from the Goonies Wampa. He doesn't quite look like he's all there, but the mouth paint is good. You know, the mouth paint on this is actually good. It's might be better. Yeah, I think it's better than Black Series. Separate painted tongue. That's really nice. These guys could use a repaint. But anyway, Power of the Force Wampa. Let's say out of 10 stars, I'm going to give this the original. It gets a point. It gets 1 star for being the original. This is going to be a 4-star toy. That's it. All right. Power of the Force Wampa. I'm comparing him to the others. I think that he is going to be a 6-star toy. He's not a 7. He's not an 8. But he is kind of fun. He has a nice action feature. I like the big swipe. I like the big paws. You lose the painted pads. The original had this really nice... Look at that hand paint. Like, that's gorgeous. It's like each of these have something that's really cool, but they don't give it to the others. Right now, you can get this guy for about 15 bucks on eBay. I can't review the packaging. I can kind of show the packaging. The packaging was good, although if I spent that much time getting into the Fort Knox of wiring down that this guy was, I'd be a little bit frustrated. Came with Luke Skywalker, came with a little ice cave set. Pretty cool. Neat to make a little diorama. The figure itself, a little underwhelming, but not terrible. So this is Power of the Force Wampa, and I think he's probably the second worst, third worst, best. Yeah, I'm going to say best. He gets the hand paint back that the others, like this is a pitiful attempt at hand painting. His pads are painted, so I think this guy's pretty cool. Raw. All right, let's give a nice Power of the Force Wampa whip. Wow. Oh, that's not supposed to do that. This one doesn't do that. There's no blood there. I have to go fix my toy. Okay, bye.
Make sure you keep an eye out for how we made it.